hey guys, game's over. They rushed us out of there. Yeah, that was a great game. The A's are on a 6-game winning streak, which didn't seem like a thing that would happen early on. The A's came out pretty slow, and honestly, a lot of teams are actually coming out fairly slowly. The A's had just kind of a puny offense coming up, and then about 3 days ago, things started clicking. The starting pitching hadn't been going well. You'd be lucky to see a guy get through 4 or 5 innings before the bullpen had to take over. The bullpen's actually been pretty good. They've only given up a couple games, but the offense was the real struggle, and the A's seem to be doing it. Baseball is a really superstitious sort of thing. So a lot of people are talking about Matt Olson's mustache and how that's powering him. He's had 3 home runs in the last 2 days. I think he's got 3 or 4 on the season now. Actually, it might be 5. The starting pitching starting to sort of come together. They're still not great, but if you look at all the starting pitching across the league, there are really only a handful of guys who are still pitching below a 5 ERA. I believe it's Max Scherzer, Strasburg, and one other guy, and I'm totally blanking on the name. I want to say Paxton, maybe. But yeah, only 3 guys who are pitching below 5 ERA, and then a lot of guys way above in the 5, 6, and 7 ERA range. So it's not just the A's who are struggling with the starting pitching. It's everybody. But things are coming together. The offense is starting to come together. We're starting to see the bullpen. The bullpen has been holding it down for the A's, but guys are starting to kind of snap out of it. It was a good win today. They had some ugly moments. Petit had bases loaded. He gave up 3 hits in a row. Not a good look for him, but if you watch him the rest of the season, he's been absolutely solid. Everybody gets into a jam once in a while. I'm trying to keep the wind. It's windy in the parking lot. So, anyways, I just wanted to keep this short. It's been a fun last week. The Astros are in town starting tomorrow, and that's pretty much the benchmark for the season. I believe they're 6-5 right now. The Astros are. They play the Diamondbacks. They got absolutely hammered last night, 14-7. And then the Diamondbacks, another team that's actually really good on paper, but have had a slow start. So we'll see how they pick up as the season progresses. But Houston is the target for the near future. I mean, this is the first of, I believe it's 10 games with those guys. We have a 3-game set, and then that could actually put a lot of distance. Currently, right now, as of this moment, the A's are up 2 games in the division, and then when it comes down to playoffs, the first 2 teams are going. If today was the end of the season and we went to the playoffs, it'd be the A's and the Astros, and then Minnesota and I believe Baltimore. Maybe it's Cleveland, and then pretty much the 4 teams out of the the Twins, the White Sox. There's the Central Division has 4 teams. If they ended today, 4 teams from the AL West would go to the postseason. And then, of course, the Yankees and the Orioles. I think that's the other two. So this weekend could be great. You know, it could be huge because we can really gain some distance on the Astros, and you know, we have to hold tight on this. We have to hold it down. The A's can't let it get away from them, because not only could they create distance, also they can also lose that lead that they have. Again, I kind of like this shortened season because there's a lot of excitement, and everything means a little bit more right now. Baseball is always kind of a slow start, you know, where in April and May and June, you don't really care too much. Nothing's really set until well into July, and then you start hitting the trade deadlines, the All-Star game, and then you start seeing the division races really start to heat up. You're starting to see who's who, what teams are made of, and what's really happening. We're seeing that right out of the gate, and I really dig that. I really wasn't sold on the extra innings second base runner thing, but you know, baseball is a lot about tradition, and with that, that's a tradition that we want to shy away from generally as fans. But to be honest, I've seen it several times now. The A's have done it twice, and they've won both of those games. I've seen these extra inning games. It's an instant excitement. You know, I really don't relish the days of hanging out at the ballpark for 6 hours, but I'll do it. I like the game. It's fun. But there's times where I don't want to be up until 1 or 2 in the morning when you know, I got to get my kid to school the next day, or I got work. So all in all, it's been a fun and exciting season. We're only, I think, 12 games in, so so far so good. Hey guys, I'm gonna cut this short. I'll probably pop in over the weekend, but yeah, if you guys ever see me on here, jump in, say hello, and let's communicate. Let's answer questions. Let's talk baseball. All right, guys, have a great weekend.